So for the first 10 questions, they are basically analogy based. So what I would suggest you to do is read the direction and try solving this question. I'll give you a couple of minutes for every question that we are going to solve today. Okay. So I give you a couple of minutes and then I will explain the question. Come on, let's start solving the first question. Okay, so I'm sure you would have got the answer to this question. So if you look at the question, the first thing that I do is look at this arrow. Look at this arrow. This arrow is what we are looking at. From year to year, from year to year, do you realize that the movement is 90-degree clockwise? The movement is 90-degree clockwise. So the first thing that I do is move this 90-degree clockwise. If I move this 90-degree clockwise, I should get something like this here. It should be pointing north. Okay, so can I say I'll be left with options 1 and 2 only? Option 1 and 2 are the only option that we are left with. Agreed? Okay, now if you look at the complete object, do you realize the complete object is rotating 90-degree clockwise? Since the complete object is rotating 90-degree clockwise, the only possibility that we are left with is option number 2, and that will be my answer. Okay, so option 2 is my answer. Let's move on to the next question. So I think this was again a relatively simpler question. If you observe, first figure has only a triangle, and in the second figure, the triangle is inside a square. That means, can I say a three-sided figure becomes a four-sided figure? Now in figure 3, I have a five-sided figure. So I'm looking at a five-sided figure and it should be inside a six-sided figure. So a five-sided figure inside a six-sided figure, if you check, is only option number 2, only option 2 and option 3. These are the only two options that we have. Now, if you look at the second figure, do you realize that the two vertices are touching each other? So here also, I need the two vertices to touch each other, because of which third option is my answer and not the second option. Okay, come on, let's move on to the next question. So I'm sure most of us would have got the answer here. So if you look at the uh, question here, if I go from figure 1, if I go from figure 1 to figure 2, you will easily see that I am not only taking the mirror image, but I am taking the water image also. So I am taking mirror plus water for the given figure. And after that, what is happening is the shaded part becomes the unshaded part, and the unshaded part becomes the shaded part. Okay, so always again in visual reasoning, remember one thing, we should always work with method of elimination. Okay, so look out for mirror and water first. So if you just see, I told you there are two logics that are working. First is mirror and water is happening, and second is the shaded part becomes the unshaded and the unshaded becomes the shaded. Correct? So if you see here, the half a leaf is shaded here, means my half a leaf should be unshaded. First of all, option 1 gets eliminated simply because both the parts are shaded. Okay, now I don't want half the leaf to be shaded. If I don't want half the leaf to be shaded, can I say I am simply left with option number 4 and option number 5? These are the only two options that I am left with. Okay, so now you just need to check mirror plus water. So if you check, see, if you take a mirror image, the curve will be on the right hand side, and then when you take the water image, the curve will be pointing upwards. The curve meaning I'm talking of this curve. This curve is what I'm talking of, this curve. Okay, so I want the curve to be upwards, and hence I can say that between 4 and 5, 5 is the correct answer. Okay, come on, let's move on to the next question. This should be relatively easier. Come on. Ruan, I am just going through some of the comments as of now. Yes, Ruan, it's the same thing. Rotation of 180 degree is same as taking a mirror and water. Yeah, I think everyone is giving the correct answer. Correct, correct. Up till now, the answers that I have got are all right. If you have any doubts, please post it in the chat window. I will be in a better position to help you. Siddhi, please check. Siddhi. So see, look at it in this way. Look at the matchstick. What is the movement of, or before that, let's look at the T. Can I say that T is moving two figures? Okay, first thing, in this question, do you see the third figure is missing and the fourth figure is given? So I try to trace from 2 to 1. What is happening from 2 to 1 should happen from 4 to 3 also. Okay, whatever is happening from 2 to 1 will happen from 4 to 3 also. Okay, so now if I look at 2 to 1, look at the T here. If I look at this T, what is happening to this T? Can I say it is moving two blocks anti-clockwise? So if I move this T, two blocks anti-clockwise, can I say the T should be in this block? Correct. And if you check, there is only one option, which is option number 1, where my T is. So that helps in solving the question. Always remember, method of elimination is the best thing to do. Okay. Chalo. Come on. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, Siddhi, good enough. I'm still not getting answers from anyone. Is it so difficult? Neeraj. Neeraj, no. No, Neeraj. Vaishnavi, no. Sakshi, no. Correct. Vaishnavi, now you got it right. Sharvari, you're also right. Good. Parth, no. So I think, see, what do you do here? Again, let me help you. See, you will always look at one element at a time. That's the first thing. Okay, don't look at the complete object. Look at one element at a time and look at elements which are easy to trace. Now, what do I mean by elements which are easy to trace? You have arrows, straight line objects basically. You have arrows, you have that square. So start tracing that. That's the best thing. So the first thing that I'm doing is tracing this double line arrow. What is happening to this double line arrow? Can I say it is moving 90-degree clockwise and it comes to the bottom left hand side? So now I have this double line arrow. If it rotates 90-degree clockwise, it should point north. It should point north and can I say it should be on the bottom left hand side? It is there in bottom left hand side everywhere. So at least I am able to eliminate option number 3. I am able to eliminate option number 3. Okay, now let's trace the next element. The next element which I can trace is the star, the top left hand side element. If you look at the top left hand side element, do you see it is not there itself? That means here the top left hand element is the S. So that should also not be there, because of which I can eliminate option number 5. I can eliminate option number 5. Okay, so I'm left with 3 options. Let's look at the other. Let's look at, let's say the dotted star, the dot, the shaded dot. Let's say the shaded dot. If I look at the shaded dot, what is happening? Either it is getting unshaded or it is not present. Or let's say it is getting unshaded and it is going to the top right. Hence, can I say here I have this shaded square? It should be unshaded and it should be on the top. So now do you see there's only one option left, which is option number 2. So I could trace 3 elements and got the answer. So it all depends. I most of the times tracing 3 or 4 elements should do the job for you all. Got it, guys? Got it? SRS, did you get it? Because you still says option 5. For all those who have got it, let's move on to the next question. Come on. Good, SRS. Good. Sahil, difficult. There will be people, Sahil, who might not understand Hindi. Correct, correct. All answers that I have got up till now are correct. Good, 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 guys. Good, good. All are right up till now. Good. So once again, guys, see, it's a simple question. If you can relate, you should, if you look at the first and the second figure, it should strike that the number of elements are reducing. So again, I'm going from 2 to 1 because I'm looking at finding the third figure. So I go from figure 2 to figure 1. So when I go from 2 to 1, again, do you see in the second figure, you have, let's say, 6 circles. Those 6 circles become 5 circles. Okay. But I don't think you should trace that because the cross that you have are same everywhere. The cross that you have are same everywhere. So simply ignore that. Let's look at the next one. The figure on the top left, I have 5 crosses. It becomes 3 crosses. So reduction is 2. I'm talking of this 5 figure becomes 3. So reduction is 2. Okay. So in the same fashion, can I say my 5Ls should become 3Ls? So where do I have 3Ls? At least option number 1 gets eliminated. Option number 1 gets eliminated. Barabar hai? Now, which others can I trace? Let's say the 4 lines, the top right, the 4 lines become 3 lines. So top left में क्या है? 4Ls. Sorry, 5 should become a, sorry, 6 should become a 5. So that is also not helping. So now let's look at the bottom elements. 3L becomes 1L. 3L becomes 1L. The bottom mein we have 4 dashes. So it should become 2 dashes. Or in fact, that is also not helping because dashes are equal everywhere. So let's see, we have already eliminated one option. Which option was that? Option 1 was eliminated. So now I need to eliminate other options. So look at the difference. Do you see the number of circles are different everywhere? Okay. So if I look at the number of circles, see, I can see that 5 crosses becomes 3 crosses. Okay, no problem, Sahil, no problem. 5 crosses becomes 3 crosses. So I'm looking at the circle which is on the top right hand side. What is that on the top right hand side? The lines, the dash. So 3 dash becomes 4 dash. So 6 circles should become 7 circles. And do you see there's only one figure with 7 circles, and that is the answer. Yes, yes, Omkar. That's exactly what I did because that was the distinguishing part. Correct, correct, Omkar. That was the distinguishing part. So here again, I could not get a particular element. So I had to look at all the other elements also. Okay, but that's fine. Sometimes maybe one element will help you, sometimes two, sometimes you will have to trace all the elements, but that's fine. Identify one thing. See, I know in CET, on an average, I have 45 seconds per question. So anywhere between 45 seconds to 1 minute, you should be ready to spend. And after that, if I eliminated, let's say 3 options and I'm just left with 2 options, just mark something and go ahead. Okay. Chalo, let's move on. Okay, I'll repeat the circle part, Deepak. I'll repeat the circle part. What I said is, see, I could see the circles as a distinguishing factor. So what I did is, where are the circles? The top right. Which figure is coming in the top right? The 3 dashes goes to the top right and it becomes 4 dashes. Agreed. So hence I have 6 circles. It should become 7 circles. Bottom left, I have 6 circles. It will go to top right and become 7 circles. And hence that is my answer. Second option is my answer. Understood, Deepak? Chalo, let's move on to the next. This is also relatively easier. Come on. Okay. Thank you, Deepak. Good, Omkar. Good, good. Yes, all are correct up till now. Good. Correct, correct, guys. Correct. All are correct up till now. Good, good, good. So, first thing that I do is look at this object. If you look at this object, can I say it is getting reversed and it goes to the second position? So, this object should get reversed and it goes to the second position. So, can I say option number 5 gets eliminated because of that? Now look at the second option, second object, the equal to sign. It remains as it is and it goes to the third position. So here, this object should remain as it is and it should go to the third position. Not able to eliminate any. Next, the matchstick symbol. This matchstick symbol, can I say, is coming to the first place. It is getting inverted and shaded. So this triangle will come to the first place, invert and shaded. So can I say option 1 and option 2 will get eliminated. So I'm just left with two options now, 3 and 4. Now look at this square wala object. Can I say it is disappearing? So this object should disappear. This object should disappear. So can I say 3 also gets eliminated? So my answer is fourth option. Got it, guys? Got it? I think everyone gave the right answer. Chalo, good enough. Let's move on then. SRS specific queries, let's do it towards the end of the session, SRS. I will solve all whatever is your doubt towards the end of the session. So let's not get into that as of now. Let's try to finish the requisite number of questions first. Correct, correct. All are right as of now. Good. Good, guys. Good, good. So again, I think this is also relatively simpler. If you check, this beta symbol comes to the bottom center. So this N should be at the center. So do you see, you will be left with only two options, option 2 and option 3. Now, if you look at the difference between option 2 and option 3, I can see the difference is in the top left element. Here I have a delta, here I have a theta. So what will I do? How do you get the top left element? This element goes to the top left. So that means, can I say delta should go to the top left? And hence my answer is second. Yeah. Yes. So my answer is second option. Correct. Clear, everyone? Clear? Come on. Any doubts in this question before we move on? Chalo, let's move on to the next question. Correct, correct. Good, guys. Good. All are right as of now. Good, good. All are correct as of now. Okay, so there are lots of ways of solving this question. What I did here in this question was basically, see, you look at this blank space. What is happening to this blank space here? It is coming here, correct? So can I say it is moving one, two, three places anti-clockwise or clockwise? It is moving three places clockwise. So the blank space which is here, if it moves three places clockwise, one, two, three, can I say my blank space should be in the top left-hand side? And there is only one option which gives me that, luckily, and that is answering my question. So always, guys, remember, it is not necessary you have to trace the elements also. You can trace that blank side also, and you can still get the answer. Agreed? Yes, yes, Omkar. Sometimes ignoring symbols could also help. You're right. Come on. Next question. Sakshi, check Sakshi. Yes, only Omkar has given right as of now. Yeah, now I'm getting. Sri Lakshmi, please check. Sri Lakshmi, check. Mihir, check. Sonu, check. That option does not exist, Sonu. Mahesh, check. Others are correct. Good, good, good. Gautam, check. Vaishnavi, check. Nishan, check. No problem, Sonu. No problem. So what I did here is I first traced this center element. If you trace the center element, what is happening? Can I say it is rotated 180 degree? So if you rotate this P 180 degree, you will get something like the P in figure 3, 4, and 5. So with this, I am able to eliminate option 1 and option 2. This is what I'm able to eliminate. Okay. Now I look at option 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now I try to trace this curve. This curly bracket is what I'm trying to trace. So if I want to trace the curly bracket, I'll have to trace this H. what is happening to this H? If you check, can I say I am taking a mirror image and rotating it 45 degree? So if you take mirror image and rotate it 45 degree, you will get the curve of figure 5, and hence that will be my answer. Okay, so another thing, if you realize what I was doing is, once I eliminated two options, what I also did was I was trying to find which figures are different. So if you check, the E was exactly the same. I eliminated, not exactly the same, but E in two figures were the same. Okay, once I eliminated 1 and 2, then I realized that L is also similar. So I look out for elements which are different. Maybe that is, if I do that, what will happen is I will be able to, reduce my finding out how many elements are shifting and changing. That is what will happen. I'll work with lesser number of elements. Okay. Chalo, let's move on to the next question. No, Arnav, no, Siddharth, no, Siddhartha, no. Oh, why everyone is getting a wrong answer? All are wrong up till now. Yes, Sakshi, you got it right. Very good, Sakshi. I don't think y'all are tracing it properly. Okay. First thing, I hope y'all have got the read the question properly, because up till now we were doing analogy. Now, if you read the question, it says, in each of the following problem, a related pair of figure is given. Select the pair that bears a relationship similar to the original figure. You're looking at a relationship to be similar to that in the original figure, huh, guys? Yes, now you all have started getting right. I don't think you all read the directions properly. Omkar, check. Omkar. Ashwini, check. Siddhi, check. Correct, correct. Yes. Yes, Vedant. Yes, yes. So if you look at this question, see, if I try to trace this element first, can I say I'm getting a water image of this element? Okay. So if you check with this logic, question, option number 3 gets eliminated because it is not the water image. Option number 1 gets eliminated because it is not a water image. I will look at water image of this curve. Okay. Then if I look at the center figure or the center element, can I say it is looking exactly same? But it's actually a symmetrical figure. That means either it will remain same, or I will be taking a water image, sorry, not water image, mirror image of that object. So if you look at figure 2, the A part, it is not a mirror image, neither it is remaining same. So eliminate. If you look at 4, I'm taking mirror image. If you look at 5, am I taking mirror image? Yes. So 4 and 5 remains. So look at the third object. Can I say I'm taking water image of the third object? So the water image of the bigger T is taken here, and hence 4 is my answer. Okay, guys. Correct, correct, Gautam, correct. Come on, let's move on to the next question. Correct, correct. All are right as of now. Correct. Good, guys. Good, good. Very good, guys. Very good. I think majority of y'all have got it. So let's move on then. So basically, if I look at this question, on the right-hand side, there is always a dot. Okay, so if there is no dot, then a dot gets introduced. And if there are 4 dots, I can see 5 dots. So number of dots will increase. So in the first option, the U does not have a dot, so I'm eliminating it. In the fifth option, also I don't see a dot for at the rate or dollar symbol, so I eliminate it. Okay, now in the third option, do you see this three? See, figures, the center figure is remaining in its same position also. Okay, only the top figure becomes the bottom figure, the bottom goes to the top. So because of that logic, the third option also gets eliminated. And if you look at the second object, what is happening is they've introduced lines inside the circle also. So say for example, see this line is not there, because of which fourth also gets eliminated, and the answer is the second option. Okay, so once again, you can work with method of elimination. Okay, come on. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now, once again, please read the question properly, guys. It says, choose the option which do not exhibit the same relationship. Choose the object which do not exhibit the same relationship. Mihir, please check. Sonu, please check. Zeno, please check. Nishtha, please check. Others are correct. Hanishi, please check. Deepak, you cannot mark 2 answers. You'll have to mark 1. Arnav, please check. So I think a simple logic which I could see here is, see, in this question, this side is left uncovered. So there are some lines which has been introduced inside the square, or lines are introduced outside the square. That is fine. but one side of this object is not covered by any line. So here also, if you observe, one line or one side is not covered by any line. Okay. So I'm looking at an object which do not satisfy. Here also, this side has one edge which is not covered. Here, two edges or two lines are there which are not covered. Here also, one side, this top side is not covered. And here also, this side is not covered. Hence, answer is third option. So lines are being introduced inside as well as outside. Okay. And only one side of that object is left uncovered. Come on, let's move on to the next question. Anurag, good. Yes, yes. Up till now, all are correct. So again, I think this logic is very, very simple. Yes, correct, correct. So what I do here is, see, this is a five-sided figure. This is a five-sided figure. It becomes a four-sided figure. Check. So number of sides is reduced by one. Because of that, am I able to eliminate any option? First figure, top left, 6 becomes a 5, 6 becomes a 5, 4 becomes a 3, 5 becomes a 4, 6 becomes a 5. So that does not help. Now, this is a three-sided figure. It becomes a four-sided figure. So plus 1 is happening. This is a three-sided figure. It becomes a four-sided figure. So plus 1 is happening. So check. 4 becomes a 5, 3 becomes a 4, 3 becomes a 4, 5 becomes a 4, 5 becomes a 4 here. You should be increasing by 1. It is decreasing by 1. So 4 is my answer. And I think almost everyone got it correct. Very good, guys. Very good. Chalo, then let's move on to the next question. Yeah, I think all of you have got this question. Very good. Can you simply say that mirror image is happening? Okay. And the only place where mirror image is not happening is question number five. Good enough. Correct, correct. It's a mirror image. So good enough. Let's move on to the next question. Now this is paper folding. Okay, so you'll have to check both the cases when it is folded up or folded down. Start with any one case and see and work with method of elimination. No, no one has got the right answer up till now. Yes, Forum, you are right. Nupur, you are right. Siddhartha, you are right. Anurag, you are right. Zeno, Himanshu, Amina, Karthik, correct. Mihir, correct. So first thing that you should realize is when the paper is folded down, you should be getting, see, this type of lines because those lines will intersect. Now, when the paper is folded down, this side of the figure should remain the same. Huh? That is what is very, very important. So that will give you only option two as the answer. So for those who are getting option three as the answer, look at this B shape. If the paper is folded upwards, the shaded part will be on the right hand side and the unshaded part will go on the left side. If it is shaded upwards, okay? Come on, let's look at the next question. No, no, none of you are correct up till now. Uh, Mihir, you got it right. Correct. I don't think anyone else is right up till now. See, how do I look at this question is, if the paper is folded on the right hand side, mirror image of this part should be present on the right hand side. The mirror image on the left hand side should be present on the right hand side. So if you actually observe, if the paper is folded on the right hand side, you should get three such figures. If 1, 2, and 3, this 3 will come on the right hand side. And on the left hand side, you will have this one and this one. So only two parts will be there on the left hand side. So two shadings on the left, three shadings on the right. Okay. So if you observe, option 5 gets eliminated. It's between option 1 and 3 for shading on the right hand side. Now, if you actually again observe, do you see do you realize one more thing, that I will need lines like this also which will come up. So in the first figure, see there is one straight line here. I will need lines coming in between also. Lines will start coming in between, because of which third option is my answer and not any other option. Okay, tell me if there is any doubt first in any of the other options. Come on, let's move on to the next. Good, Gopal. Good, good. Okay. Hold on, Sahil. Hold on. Let me just go back. So why not the first option? As I said, when the paper is folded on the left hand side, sorry, when the paper is folded on the right hand side, even in one, see, you will not get, when, see, this line should be there somewhere here, no? When you fold on the right hand side. In first figure, see, this is a straight line that I'm getting. Whereas I will get curves like this. Understood, Sahil? Because of which it will go wrong. Karthik, please check. Rest all others are correct. Correct, Karthik. You got it right now. Good. Correct, correct. All are correct. Dhanisha, please check, Dhanisha. Good. So once again, you should realize that if you fold on the right hand side, this figure will go to the right hand side and will form something like a Z. Okay. And the figures on the right hand side should remain as it is. So because of which answer is between option 1 and option 2. Okay, so now what is the difference in option 1 and option 2? Option 2 is something that the figure will look like when it is folded on the right side and not on the left side, because of which one is the answer. In the second, nothing is wrong, but the paper is folded on the left hand side. When the paper is folded on the left hand side, your this angle of this element will change. The mirror image of that will happen. So this figure is what it looks like when paper is folded on the right hand side and not left hand side. Okay, chalo, let's move on to the next one. Arnav, I hope you got the answer. Why not 2 and why 1? Forum check, others are correct. Very good, guys. Very good. Correct forum. Now you got it. Good. No, not necessary, Sahil. Not necessary. Either left or right, whichever. But look at the options. If the options are more towards the right side, fill the fold towards right. If the options are more towards the left, fold towards the left. Look at your options and then decide. Good, guys. Good, good. Very good. Because this was not a very easy question. Very good. Vidya, please check Vidya. Vidya 2 cannot be an answer simply because, see, when you fold downwards, the second triangle will remain as it is. In your figure, the second triangle is down. So 2 therefore will get eliminated when you're folding down. Vidya, did you get this, Vidya? Correct, correct, Mukesh. Yes, the correct answer is 5. The correct answer is 5. See, guys, there is one more very important thing that you should realize in this question. If I fold on the top, what will happen is, see, alternate triangles are on the top. And here also, if you check, what will happen is, you will, see, the triangle that I have circled, this triangle that I have circled will come here and it will come down. So same way, if you keep tracing, you will get top right, top right, top right, because of which 5 is the answer and not 2 or 3. I think majority got it. Vidya, did you get it, Vidya? Come on, let's move on to the next one. Except Anurag, all are wrong as of now. Except Anurag, all are wrong. Siddhi, you are right. Thank you, Vidya. Thank you. Yes, people have started getting right now in the second attempt. Vaishnavi, please check. Vaishnavi. Good, good. People have started getting it right. Good. So the answer to this question is 2. Uh, Vaishnavi, 5 cannot be the answer because if you check when the paper is folded upwards, see there is a break in shading. Here in this figure, there is no break in shading, because of which 5 cannot be your answer, Vaishnavi. Okay, good. I think all of you got this right now. Come on, let's move on to the other type of question. Vidya, check. Gopal, check. Others are correct. Good, good. Mahesh, check. Check, Mahesh. Good, good, good. So now one thing you should realize in such type of question is, see, in the last folding, this part goes up, correct? That's the last fold. And then I have given some cut to the paper. So whenever you're solving such type of question, go exactly reverse. So when I say go reverse, what it means is basically unfold this. So if this part comes here, how will it look like? If this part comes here, how will it look like? That is the first thing that you should check in such type of questions. Okay. So can I say when this unfolding happens, I will get one circle here. So option number 3 and 5 gets eliminated because the circle given in option 3 and 5 are wrong. Then I will get 2 smaller squares here. Okay, so 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 4 remains. Okay, also there is a cut given here. So I will get a cut here also. I will get a cut here I will get a cut here. So because of which option number 2 and option number 4 gets eliminated. So answer is option number 1. Okay. Mukesh, check what error you have made. Mukesh, check. Come on, try the next one. Correct, correct. All are right up till now. Good, good. Very good, guys. Good, good. Good, guys. Good. Excellent. Very good. Good, good. All are right up till now. Very good. So I think majority of you have got this question. So let's move on to the next question then. Good. The answer to this question is 5. 5 is the answer to this question. Roshni, please check. 5 is the answer to this question. 4 cannot be the answer, Roshni, because the first thing is in the middle, you will need a cross and not a plus. In the middle, you will need a cross. So this part comes here when unfolded. And in the second folding, you will get a line here. So Roshni, you will get a X in between and not a plus like this, because of which 4 gets eliminated. Okay. Come on, let's move on to the next one. No, except forum, all others are wrong. Except forum, all others are wrong. Good, Anurag. Good. Mahesh, check again. Yes, the correct answer to this question is 3. People are getting a 4. 4 cannot be the answer, and 2 also cannot be the answer, because how will you get this cut? This cut is not a possibility. There is nothing that has been, see, the cut is given only on this side of the paper. So the edges will not get cut. So because of which 2 and 4 gets eliminated. uh, SRS 1 cannot be the answer, because if you check, see, once you open it, this part and this part cannot be the same. It has to get reversed. So 1 also gets eliminated because of that. The correct answer is 3. And 5 gets eliminated simply because the two squares ka inclination is wrong in 5th question. Okay? You folded, Dhanisha, you just folded the edge. You have not cut the edge. Folding will never give you the edge which is given in 2 and 4. It is the cut that will give you the edge in 2 and 4. You have only folded it. We haven't cut it, Dhanisha. Understood, Dhanisha? Come on, try the next question. Correct, correct, SRS, correct. Anurag, good, good. Very good, guys. Good, good. All are right up till now. Very good, guys. Very good. Good, good. The answer to this question is 2. Option 2. Very good. Correct. Come on, then let's move on to the last question for the day. And then if you have any doubts, I will handle those doubts. Come on. Good, guys. Good, good. Simmer, check. Others are correct. Simmer, check. Simmer, you should realize this part, when you unfold, will give me a cut here also, which is missing in your answer, Simmer. Vaishnavi, the same logic that I just explained. This cut has to come down here, which is missing because you're folding it in this fashion. This fashion happens later on, or in fact, it does not happen only. The unfolding will first happen in this, and then it will move on this side. Roshni, again, same mistake. SRS, same mistake that I was just explaining. Others are correct. Good. Good, good. Okay, correct. So the answer is 3. Very good. The answer is 3. So with this, what I had to do, I have done. So now if you have any doubts, any general doubts regarding visual reasoning, please let me know. I will handle those doubts now. Come on. Sir, the circle is not connected to the edge. So why a half circle? Okay, good enough. So see, realize one thing. Okay, good question, Siddhi. Just look here. I will try to explain this. See, if I draw a straight line here, so this part of the paper is going to come down. So do you see this half circle will also come down? Siddhi. Why not second, Priyanka? Why not second? Uh, okay, just because of the logic that I just explained, Priyanka, this lower part of the circle will come down. And in that second, the cut that you will get here, the cut that you will get here is missing, Priyanka. Understood? Come on. If there is any doubts, please let me know regarding visual reasoning. Priyanka, I hope your doubt is clear. Okay, okay. Sir, can we have a session specifically on odd man out? Accuracy tends to be low on these types. Omkar, if there is anything on that, I will definitely get back to you. You will get a session on that. Uh, Anurag, there is only one thing that you need to remember, Anurag, is that when you are looking at angle-based visual reasoning, angle-based meaning I'm assuming what you're saying is 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree movement, right? Uh, correct, correct, correct. Correct. So basically, whenever you come across questions of that type, you just have to trace the movements of the elements. I think tracing the movement of the elements one by one should actually help you. Okay. What should be the order for VR if the paper happens in sectional breakout? See, remember one thing, SRS, even if the paper is in a sectional breakout, or basically if it is section wise, you can easily move from one section to another section. Okay. So important thing is always start with the section of your strength. If you start with sections of your strength, तो क्या होगा ना? You will get that confidence of getting more number of questions right. So let's say an LR. If you start with LR, you will definitely get more. You will be able to attempt more questions in a lesser number of time, and those answers, the accuracy of LR questions is much higher. So you will be able to get that confidence. So always start with a section which is of area of your strength. Believer, it is just one thing. You need to practice as much as you can. So if you have been taking the sim CETs, I believe you have around 20 sim CETs, and each sim CET will give you minimum 20 to 25 questions. So you have 400 questions. Practice as much as you can. Come on, anything more? Roshni, what is that you're giving? We are done with that question. And you are right, the answer is 3. See, on an average, my suggestion would be very simple. Max, see, you're talking of AR. I think what you are talking of is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning has 75 questions. On an average, anything from between 50 to 60 minutes should be much more than sufficient on that section. So believer, if you feel that, then see if verbal is your area of strength. If English is your area of strength, believer, go ahead and attempt the English section first. If you don't have confidence on your LR questions, then go ahead and start with verbal first then. Because verbal also is a very similar thing that I am saying. Even in verbal, you will be able to attempt more number of questions in lesser number of time. And because of that, you will gain confidence कि मेरा 20 मिनट में let's say 25 questions solve हो गया. That confidence will help you to move further. Nothing else. Ashok, I'm not getting what you're trying to say. More question on logical reasoning in the sense. Could you just elaborate? Sure, sure, SRS. Thank you so much. Thank you. See, LR में, believer, you will have to do one thing, practice as many questions as you can. Practice medium level questions, practice little difficult questions. Because CET में थोड़ा LR difficult होना चालू हुआ है. The LR sets. Thank you, Anurag. Thank you. Okay, so the best thing that you need to do is practice. LR mein there is no substitute to anything apart from practice. Practice as many questions as you can. Start taking mocks. Put yourself in the testing mode. Once you put yourself in the testing mode, then you will realize, where you are. Identify your areas of strength. Work on areas of your weakness. See if you have time to work on those weaknesses. Okay, but remember one thing, analyze. And once you have taken any sim CETs, make sure that you go through all the 200 questions, because in the time limit, you may not be able to go through all the 200 questions. Okay, so please make sure that you go through all the remaining questions that are unsolved and analyze your test. Find out where have I gone wrong and why have I gone wrong. Was it a silly mistake? Was it a conceptual error? Very, very important. Ibad, acha, okay, sure, believer, sure. Ibad, difficult to say that because अगर पेपर इजी आ गया तो दैट 125 would correspond to a 95 96 percentile. But अगर पेपर डिफिकल्ट है, so that 125 will correspond to a 99 98 percentile also. So basically connecting how many marks is sufficient is difficult to say, Ibada. Come on. Anything else, guys? Come on. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All those who are leaving, thank you. No problem. Okay. So I don't see any comment coming up. Anything? I'll wait for a couple of more minutes. I think, believer, that's the best thing to do. कोई टेंशन नहीं है. तुमको कोई फीडबैक नहीं देगा टेस्ट का. That's the best thing. First day, first slot, according to me, is the best thing. कोई एंजाइटी नहीं होना चाहिए. आराम से जाके टेस्ट लिखो. कोई टेंशन नहीं होना चाहिए. Any tips for the D day? Be as cool as possible. relax. If your test is in the earlier slot, good enough. If your test is in the second or the third slot, please make sure you don't take feedback from any of your friends who would have taken the test earlier. Okay, so try to be as cool as possible. Okay, in fact, I will tell you, एक दिन पहले भी कुछ मत करो. Relax as much as you can. Watch a movie. Just do one thing. If you're just do one thing. If you are venue is a little far off, just make sure that you go and visit the venue. Either you go or some of your family members can go. Anything. Just make sure that you visit the venue. You so that on the D day you can reach the venue on time. That's the very important thing. And another important thing is on the prior day, whatever is needed from you, be it filling your hall ticket or anything similar to that, उसका सब तैयारी रखना बस. और कुछ मत करना. पढ़ाई आई वुड सजेस्ट अवॉइड. और अगर करना भी है तो बहुत लाइट रिवीजन करना. मॉक तो डेफिनेटली मत लिखना एक दिन पहले. ओके. Good, Mukesh. Good. Excellent. Then you are very well aware with the infra and everything then. It's an advantage. वो जो एक्सटर्नल वेन्यू पे जाके टेस्ट लिखने का जो डर होता है ना, वो गया तुम्हारा फिर. थैंक यू बात. थैंक यू. चलो guys, let's end the session here. It was nice interacting with you. Thank you very much.